right, what's going on, Conscious crew? Happy motherfucking Tuesday. You already know what we're here to get into, baby. All right, I got the afternoon news that you can use. And because we got a lot to catch up on in the multiverse of TS Madison, baby, we got to get into her sit down with Jason Lee, which led to some sentiments about NICKI Minaj, which led to Tasha K responding, which led to TS Madison responding to this morning's plea deal hearing between TS Madison and the DL Whisperer. My God, I got it all this morning, all right? So before we do so, I need y'all to go ahead and show some major motherfucking love to the King, baby, because the King is motherfucking working, all right? working, baby. You know, I don't think I get enough credit around here, really, about just the work ethic of the motherfucking King, baby. Beauty, brains, bronze. Y'all get reality TV reviews. Y'all get boots to the ground coverage. Y'all get town hall meetings about serious topics like gender and orientation and sociology and politics. Y'all get the gags. Y'all get the roast. Y'all get the beef. Y'all get the heat. Y'all get it all, baby. Baby, the King is one of motherfucking one. F what you heard, baby. So before we get into the things, please go ahead and swing and bang on the motherfucking like feature. We need all of the likes. Please pump the algorithm, unfollow the algorithm, and ensure that YouTube sends off these notifications, because y'all know how YouTube give it up and don't give it up. Girl, they flip-floppy. YouTube, low-key, one of the biggest ops I've ever met in my life, baby, okay? YouTube is like that uncle that paid your way through college, baby, okay? Has been a blessing, all right? Social media has definitely changed my life in so many fantastical and wonderful ways that only could have came about by way of social media, baby. So I give glory and praise and honor where it is in fact due. But there is a duality when it comes to YouTube, girl. On one hand, it's the uncle that paid my way through college, and then on the other hand, it's the same uncle that molested me, okay? Now, I ain't never been molested, all right? I ain't never been essayed. Thank God to the heavens, and may God bless anybody having to live through that mess and live through that trauma and that drama, okay? We are speaking allegorically, metaphorically speaking, okay? This is poetic language here, all right? But that's the duality of YouTube, girl. On one hand, the biggest blessing. On the other hand, you're sleeping with the damn enemy simultaneously. I ain't never been mindfucked like this in my life, all right? So y'all got to help me help y'all, and we help each other by swinging and banging on that like feature. I need you guys to tear all of that up. Also, I need you guys to make sure that if you are supporting the King and you love everything the King does here, and you want to see the King up here a lot more often, girl, because the King got a lot going on, girl. The King gets divesting from America. I got a lot of things going on the background. I'm transitioning my personal life. You know, I'm doing social media. I got other extensions of my brand that I am creating and carving out, girl. It's a lot going on, all right? But if you want to see me right here for your viewing and entertainment purposes, you can also donate to the platform at $Consciouztv on Cash App and or paypal.me/ConsciouzTV. YouTube does not come for free, girl, okay? Microphone technology, camera, software, StreamYard is $100, girl. It take money to make motherfucking moolah, all right? So all donation information is in the description box below, as well as rolling from right to left at the bottom of the live stream here in red and white. Irene, okay? And we do Cash App and PayPal and not Super Chat, girl, because we ain't giving YouTube 30% of nothing, especially when they got the audacity to be playing on my motherfucking head top when it comes to notifications and being sometime and all of that. Think you're going to get 30% of my motherfucking coin? You got me fucked up, okay? So Cash App and PayPal it is. All right, with no further ado, honey, okay? Share. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that good jazz, okay? Share to your YouTube community wall, your MySpace, your Discord, your Twitter, your Facebook, your old nasty piece of OF, the dark side of Twitter and Tumblr. I don't really give a damn, baby. Let them horse on the real out live and in color. With no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through. Oh,
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Conscious Girl? I see we got the superstars in the building. What's going on, baby mother flaming roll? Okay, who says I got my coffee? Bring it, CTV. And it's already being rotten. You guys make sure to support Flaming Roll. Y'all know she on this bitch on YouTube at Flaming Roll, as well on Instagram and Spotify and iTunes and iMotherfucking Heart and Netflix and every goddamn way else, baby. Bless the flame, child. What's going on, Tramel? I see you in the building, honey. Oh, yeah, it's about to be good. All right. Oh, yes, it is. Okay, and you need to be responding to a text message that don't play on my motherfucking head top. All right. What's going on, Nurse Moonshine? Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. pulling up to her cul-de-sac, driving around at 100 miles an hour on a spare tire with a badass muffler and transmission, hooting and hollering out of the goddamn window, okay, without ever pressing brakes because T.S. Madison preferred that DoorDasher girl, okay, to deliver straight to her front door, all right? So we just spun out in the cul-de-sac nonstop for hours with his do-rag girl spinning around his head like motherfucking stars in a cartoon. All right. Then he proceeded to make terroristic threats and talk about how he was going to bring hurt and harm to T.S. Madison, to those that she loved, to her mother, etc. This resulted in a Gilmer County judge granting a temporary protective order in favor of T.S. Madison, okay? After that order was legitimized and substantiated, of course, right on theme of untreated and undiagnosed mental illness, the Whisperer violated that protective order by way of his handler, Unwind with Cardi B's damn money, okay? When he decided that he wanted to repost and reshare trashless content that was directly about T.S. Madison, using T.S. Madison's hashtags, etc., all of this was a direct violation unto the TPO, because in handwritten scrabble right from the presiding judge, it says that the DL Whisperer is also not to use any means of communications, direct or indirect, as it relates to T.S. Madison, her likeness, her brand, her family, her friends, etc., including by way of social media. There was a lengthy hearing that was held about this as it relates to a potential bond hearing a few months ago. If you guys did not check out my coverage of the 164-page transcripts from that bond hearing, addressing hashtags, addressing the judge's conclusion on why she would be denying, okay, the DL Whisperer bond, get into that lengthy and super entertaining readathon, co-hosted by no other than Bubs the God Girl. We brought those transcripts to motherfucking life. The Conscious crew got all of their life from that reading, okay? So he was put in jail. He initially waived his right to a speedy trial. Is it waived his right to a speedy trial? He waived his right to something, child, which resulted in them going straight to trial, okay? But he was never given a trial date because he got hit with so much paperwork and there were so many other complications, and the case kept changing because there was so much evidence compounded against the Whisperer girl that despite being in there for 4, 5, 6 months, there was still not a trial date set. Now, you guys also know, while he was incarcerated for violating the TPO that T.S. Madison was granted against him, he also received 2 other TPOs, one from Scamonique Morgan, aka Dominique Morgan, and also one from content creator D, who got a permanent restraining order against the DL Whisperer. And if I'm not mistaken, D is not done, okay? He's trying to get protective orders in multiple area codes, baby. All right? Handle that, D. Now, today's hearing was really, really, really interesting for a lot of reasons. T.S. Madison was also granted a permanent restraining order as well. That is a part of the Whisperer's plea deal. This hearing was virtual. T.S. Madison was in attendance virtually. I was in attendance virtually. I think the person named D on the Zoom call was also more than likely the content creator D as well. But, you know, I'm going to bring it to you guys loud, live, and in color. So here is that hearing, okay? In its entirety. And I want you guys to listen intently. And we don't want to mix any of the judge's words, okay? And we don't do no he say, say, unless it's he say, she say. But where there can be facts and where there can be exact, we bring the receipts for your viewing privileges. Okay, so moderators, what's going on? Make it make sense. What's going on, Mr. Mims? Hi, hey everybody. Hey Queen B More, Saint Marquise. What's going on, baby mothers? Oh yeah. Oh, my microphone cutting in and out. Can you guys hear me? I swear to God, that's not me, girl. That is StreamYard. That's YouTube who been on a bald-headed coach. Can y'all hear me? Is my audio coming loud, live, and in color? Give me a 1 if the audio is well for you all. If it's going in and out and it's raggedy, girl, give me a number 2. No onions. No mayo. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, so then it would appear as though just being Tasha. I done told y'all about that Dollar Tree equipment y'all be using, baby. Y'all be thinking that just because something costs over $10 at the Dollar General, girl, that is high quality. Is not. You got to get up in Best Buy. Do you want better? Amazon delivers overnight, girl. You know, quality over quantity, babes. All right, because everybody else is giving an old nasty piece of wine. But if you're getting it too, it's definitely you all. All right. Now let's get into the thizzle, child. Loud, live, and in color, straight from the motherfucking courtroom. Real. Put up an old nasty piece of your use. And let's do this. Put on your headphones as well. Put in your earbuds. The audio was kind of low, kind of not, but turn it up on your end.
Is Mr. Palmer having been transported from the Yammer County Adult Detention Center. He is represented by his attorney of record, Mr. Thomas Robinson, representing the state of Georgia's Assistant District Attorney, Bruce Roberts. It was announced to the court that Mr. Palmer intended upon entering a plea of guilty as to this case today, with the Senate's recommendation to provide the court. Is that a correct announcement on behalf of the state? Yes, sure. On behalf of the defense? Yes, sure. Right. If you would, Mr. Roberts, please provide a factual basis to counter counsel which Mr. Palmer will be entering a plea into Senate's recommendation to the court.
Your Honor, the state's case would have shown that on or about February 21st of 2026, the defendant made inappropriate contact with the victim in this case, Miss Madison Chanel Renee Hinton, and that took place from Gilmer County. Actually, as a background, Miss Hinton is a performer, an actress, and in the transsexual community or transgender community.
Okay, now I did y'all one better and pulled up my own live on a separate device. Everything is clear on this end. So if it's 2, it's definitely you. You're just going to have to push through. God bless.
The defendant, Mr. Aquan Kadri Palmer, is also a social media personality and influencer, and they developed what we would characterize as an online disagreement, and it escalated at, I believe in February of 2026, she obtained a restraining order from Judge Galligan in Gilmer County. The defendant lived there, I believe, in the Consciouz community, and he posted things online about Miss Hinton after the temporary restraining order was entered by Judge Galligan. Leading up to that, there have been instances of the defendant going to the victim's home in DeKalb County and videotaping it and making certain threats. All of the videos, except for the one from DeKalb County that had appeared to have been made from his residence in Consciouz here in Gilmer County, that would have been corroborated as far as the background of the room that was in the videos by one of the officers, Stacy Weaver, in the county sheriff's office. You know, that's the factual basis. It's my understanding that defense counsel and the defendant are stipulating that there is a factual basis for it. We do so stipulate, Your Honor.
Thank you. And if I could make an inquiry specifically regarding the contact following the entry of the protective order from Judge Galligan included,
Oh yeah, it's definitely a YouTube. There's something going on with YouTube because my live stream keeps jumping from 326 to 410. So they got something going on in their system, girl. YouTube is ghetto, girl. Like YouTube is literally like the project. See, y'all see I just jumped, girl. It just went from 326 to 422. So YouTube is bugging out, twitching out, twerking out, seizuring out, girl. I don't know whether Miss YouTube is hitting a bump. I don't know if those who operate, girl, the gatekeepers and principalities of Miss YouTube, girl, woke up on an old nasty piece of Tuesday. I don't know whether, girl, they done lost their rights, their registrations, their resources, girl. But whoever's running Miss YouTube on today is hitting the powder hard, baby. YouTube got it going on. So, yeah, if there's any type of audio, any type of glitching, girl, it's going on YouTube's end, child. It's a mess.
hashtags of TS Madison or something that would have indicated potentially direct contact to TS Madison or Madison Hinton as part of those social media posts. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct, John.
Mr. Robinson, from my recollection, we had a rather lengthy bond hearing in this case. You were not representing Mr. Palmer at the time. That time, I believe he was represented by Mr. Elijah Francis.
I did review it.
And is that also your understanding of the factual basis that is part of this case?
Correct. I think that's the crux of the case.
Thank you.
There are also, just for the record, before we go any further, present via WebEx is the victim in the case, Madison Hinton, and I believe that she wishes to address the court at the appropriate time.
Thank you. All right, Senate's recommendations.
The Senate's recommendation is as follows. Mr. Robinson, listen closely to what I say, and Mr. Palmer said to make sure this is what we agreed to. Okay? In exchange for Mr. Palmer to prove the one count of aggravated assault, we recommend that he is eligible for it. We ask that he be sentenced under the First Offender Act. We ask that he be sentenced to 8 years to be served on probation. He is to pay a $1,000 fine plus surcharges. He is to abide all general and special conditions of probation. The special conditions are as follows. He is banished from the Appalachian Judicial Circuit, which consists of the counties of Gilmer, Ana, and Pickens. And he is given 30 days from his release from jail to effectuate that move and remove himself from the judicial circuit. The sole exception is for travel through the circuit on Highway 515, which is the major artery that travels through Gilmer, Pickens, and Van counties. He has had no contact whatsoever with Madison Hinton, either directly or indirectly, and that is more specifically set forth in a separate permanent restraining order, which we have presented to the court to sign as part of this case. It is to be filed with this case in the clerk's office. And the defendant has signed acknowledging the terms of that, and Mr. Robinson has signed as well, and I have signed that. The part of that is the defendant shall not come with one mile of the victim's residence, and he is to be subject to random throat screens, specimen admissibility, quick non-waiver, and records release. This is to carry a bid date of 3 years. I believe that is the terms of our agreement. That is correct.
Thank you. And was the plea offer communicated to Madison Hinton in this case?
That is correct, Your Honor. I have spoken with Ms. Hinton personally 2 or 3 times regarding the plea negotiations in this case, and she has approved the plea offer as I've stated it here in court. Ms. Hinton, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yes.
Ms. Hinton, is that correct? That I went over the plea offer with you that I've just set forth, and you agreed to that. Is that correct?
Yes, you did, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. And that was plea negotiation. It was extended to you and your client, Mr. Robinson, which you and your client agreed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Palmer, if you would please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give your opinion before this court will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You can lower your hand. If you would, Mr. Palmer, anticipate you're a little bit more soft-spoken than I am, so if you could just speak into the microphone to ensure the medical order is taking down everything. What is your full name?
Naquan Tydree Malik Palmer.
And are you the same Naquan Tydree Palmer that is listed in indictment number 2026 CR 111, charging you with one offense of aggravated stalking?
Yes.
Are you represented by Mr. Thomas Robinson as your attorney in this case?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the job that he has done for you as your lawyer?
Yes.
Have you asked him to do anything that he has not done for you in terms of his representation in the case?
No.
Have you gone over any potential defenses, asked him to speak to any witnesses? Is there anything further that you would like for him to do that he has not done?
No.
Do you understand that you're pleading guilty in this case?
Yes.
Do you admit that you are in fact guilty of the charge which you're pleading guilty to today?
Yes.
Did you hear the facts of the case set forth by the assistant district attorney?
Yes.
Do you have any major disagreement with those facts?
No.
Do you stipulate that there is a factual basis to the count which you're pleading guilty to?
Yes.
Did you understand the sentence recommendation that was announced?
Yes.
Are you in agreement with that recommendation?
Yes.
Before I can decide whether I will accept your plea of guilty, I must determine if you are making your plea knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and that's whether you know and understand what you're doing, and you're doing it of your own free will. If you do not understand any of the words or questions that are used in this proceeding, or you would like further explanation, please be sure to let me know so I can explain. If I ask a question and you answer it, I'm going to assume that you understood the question. Are we agreed?
Yes.
How old are you?
28 years old.
How much formal education do you have?
A master's degree.
What do you have a master's degree in?
Cybersecurity.
Based on your responses, this next question may be silly, but can you read, write, speak, and understand English?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to your incarceration, did you have a job?
Self-employed.
Okay, and what type of job did you hold?
Social media influencer, and I work for a financial aid, Georgia State financial aid.
How long were you a social media influencer?
2 years.
All right, and how long did you work for Georgia State Financial Aid?
8 or 9 years.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness, mental disorder, psychological disorder, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, or any other similar condition?
No, ma'am.
Are you now under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, narcotics, or other medications?
No.
Other than the sentence recommendation, has anyone promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Did anyone force you or threaten you in any way to get you to enter into this guilty plea?
No.
As to the mandatory minimums and maximums, Mr. Roberts, what are the mandatory minimums and maximums?
Now, the reason she asking his ass all of that is so that he can get his ass out here on these social media streets, citing conspiracy, citing corruption. She ensured to ask him every question around his cognitive ability, his sense of clarity, his basic reading and writing and comprehension motor skills, whether he was strong-armed, whether he himself is bringing himself to admit that he did this crime and that he is guilty of this crime. Oh, it's going to get good, because he's even going to apologize to TS Madison and also use the proper pronouns. How about that?
For the offense in which he's pleading guilty.
Aggravated stalking is 1 to 10 years. The maximum fine is $100,000.
You understand that sentencing is solely a matter for the court, and what you're entering a plea of guilty to, you would have a mandatory minimum sentence of 1 year, maximum 10 years. 10 years could be made to serve in the state prison system and up to $100,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Right. You are requesting treatment under first offender.
Yes.
And Mr. Roberts, have you reviewed his criminal history?
Yes,
And is he eligible for first offender?
yes, ma'am. He is.
Right. I'm going to advise you to talk.
Now, mind you, the first offender thing is kind of a subjective thing in this case for a few reasons. Okay, for one, he's received multiple TPOs from other individuals outside of TS Madison since being in jail for violation of this TPO, which is now a permanent restraining order. And we also learned from the 164-page transcript reading from the bond hearing that Mr. Palmer has a huge juvenile criminal history dating back to as young as 12, where he also was charged with things like harassment, stalking, simple battery, etc. So there's literally a pattern of behavior there on behalf of Mr. Palmer that clearly has to do with a lot of untreated childhood trauma. If you guys go and listen to his interview with Unwinding with Cardi B's Money, he revealed a lot of traumatic things about his childhood. I think they were impoverished. He claimed that his older brother was SAing him while he was a young boy. There was a lot of chaos and dysfunction within his upbringing. So all of this behavior from him as an adult is not isolated to simply TS Madison. That's why there's multiple people with legitimate TPOs and cases against him aside from TS Madison, from those who are wanting to drive this narrative that TS Madison is doing the most, and TS Madison is acting outlandish and outrageous. No. You got to consider that there's a TPO from D, there's a TPO from Dominique Morgan, also known as Scamonique Morgan, and he has a track record of criminal misconduct dating back to his childhood. Okay. Now, I have some opinions about today's hearing. I'll reserve those opinions at the end of this hearing before we transition into the NICKI Trasha TS Madison arc. Okay?
Only Mr. Palmer, regarding your request to be sentenced under first offender. If you, as a first offender probationer, violate the terms of your probation, the court may enter an adjudication of guilt and proceed to sentence you to the maximum sentence for.
Yes, man. Make It Make Sense says, I'm honestly confused. It was reported that he initially couldn't find T.S. Madison's actual address, but he has a master's in cybersecurity. So he did say he had to go a little bit deeper to get it. Could it have been that he pulled out some of his cybernetic tricks? Only one knows, because he did say initially he had problems trying to find out where she was in this new home, and that he had to pull a few pony tricks, a little, rabbit out of the hat, smoking mirrors. He had to become a magician, okay, to get into the things. Now, it's sounding like he wished he would not have searched for her damn address, okay? This is a cautionary tale of just because you can do something don't mean you should. And I also think that content creators who have to deal with motherfuckers stalking them and motherfuckers doxing them, that T.S. Madison has set a great precedent to fuck the lawsuits, okay? Fuck going civil, go straight criminal on these hoes. When a motherfucker dox you, put out your phone number, your addresses, information that is a part of a, protective, that's incubated, as private. And someone is using that information maliciously to bully, to intimidate, to harass. T.S. Madison has showed us to the great extent that you could take a motherfucking raggedy bitch through there, take them through there. Okay, T.S. Madison has shown us that you can take up where they don't want to go when you go the criminal route. To hell with the civil route. You ain't going to get nothing out of civil court. Okay? Baby, where you want to be is in criminal court with these ninjas who want to play these type of games. Okay? All right, back to the hearing.
Provided by law. I want you to understand that if an adjudication of guilt is entered, you may be sentenced to a sentence greater and more restrictive than what is imposed today.
Okay, so she just also told, because I know I just gave some commentary, that if he violates any terms and conditions of this TPO, which is drug screenings, he got to report regularly, he's actually banned from her entire community. He's only allowed to pass through there on the interstate, and he can't even make stop, bitch, to get gas or a coffee from McDonald's. Okay? If he got family and friends and DeKalb, oh well, or in Gilmer, oh well. Baby, he's only allowed to take the interstate because that's the main interstate and highway. Okay? He got to pass on through, baby. Keep it moving. And if he violates any terms and conditions of this permanent restraining order, his ass will be subjected to the entirety of the law. He will be bypassing go and not collecting 200, and his black ass will be grass. Okay? And no mercy will be shown upon thee.
However, if you are so sentenced, you will receive credit for time served on probation against any new sentence. If you successfully complete this sentence, you will not have been convicted of a crime in this case. Have you ever been convicted of a felony?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the conditions of the first offender sentence?
Yes.
Do you understand that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity?
Yes.
Do you still want to receive the requested first offender sentence?
Yes.
Are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Do you have a weapons carry license?
No.
You have the right to plead not guilty and demand a jury trial, and if you did so, you would have, among other possible rights, the following rights: the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the presumption of innocence, the right to confront and question the witnesses against you, which means the right to see and hear all witnesses called to testify against you and to cross-examine or question all such witnesses, the right to subpoena any witnesses and evidence in your favor, the right to assistance of a lawyer during the trial, the right to testify and to offer other evidence, the right not to incriminate yourself, which means you would have the right to remain silent. You understand by pleading not guilty or remaining silent and not entering a plea that you would have a jury trial with all these rights I just went over.
Yes.
Do you understand that if you plead guilty, as you are doing right now, we are not going to have a jury trial and you give up all of these rights?
Yes.
I'm holding in my hand several forms, the first of which is the plea of guilty. Did you go over this form with your lawyer?
Yes.
Is that your signature appearing on that page?
Yes.
Was there any part of this form you were unclear or confused about?
No.
Did anyone force you or threaten you into signing this form?
No.
And you understand that you're entering a plea of guilty, and that will be pursuant to the First Offender Act as to count one.
Yes.
I'm going to indicate first offender on the plea of guilty and initial that. So it is clear. You see where I made that mark?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm holding in my hand an inventory of special conditions of probation, indicating special condition 2 that you will report to the Community Supervision Office as directed. Special condition 10, Fourth Amendment waiver. Special condition 11, specimen inadmissibility. Special condition 12, limited or no contact. And that is that you will have no contact of any kind in person, by telephone, mail, or otherwise with Madison Hinton, and also that a separate permanent restraining order will be entered. Special condition 15, records release. Special condition 20, bar order. Special condition 24, administrative for terminated probation.
He has been in for about 6 months now. Claims that his rights are being violated, that they weren't feeding him. He requires a special type of a diet, more than likely something around plant-based, veganism, for whatever reason. Said he had lost 20 more pounds when he's already built like spaghetti. Said that his HIPAA rights were being violated and that the courts were not trying to set a trial date in any regard. So he folding. My God, today.
Which will be addressed in the bid date, and I will address that later. Special condition 34 as to banishment from the Appalachian Judicial Circuit, being Fannin, Gilbert, and Pickens counties. You have 30 days from your release from jail to leave this circuit. The one exception to that would be traveling on Highway 515. That would be traveling directly through without stops. Did you initial each one of those conditions?
Yes.
And is that your signature appearing on the last page of the inventory of special conditions of probation?
Yes.
Did y'all hear what that lady said, baby? You can't even get off the exit ramp into this woman's community. Baby, you are to pass on through, girl. If you experience a medical emergency, you just gonna have to die behind the wheel, bitch. Okay, you're gonna have to pull out your Bibles, talk to your ancestors, baby. If you begin to have a seizure and have a medical emergency, baby, or that spare tire give out, them spares, girl, them dubs give out, girl. That transmission, girl, that was shaking and rattling the car as you was circling her domicile in the cul-de-sac, baby. If you begin to go through anything as you approach, girl, if it just so happened that the universe aligns you having a medical emergency or a vehicular emergency and you close by her exit, it's in your best interest, baby, to just go ahead and commend your spirit into the Father's hands, baby. Because if you pull your ass over and pull up into this woman's community, in every regard, baby, you are to stay within 1 mile of this lady's community. And you are to absolutely not to be seen anywhere, baby. You can't even get off on the motherfucking ramp, bitch. You better die behind the wheel. Put on your seatbelt, my love. Okay? Can we wind that back? That was kind of satisfying. Can we wind that back a little bit?
As to banishment from the Appalachian Judicial Circuit.
Okay, banish, girl. Girl, you are banished. Now, he is going to ask for clarity. But he is banished.
Being in Gilbert and Pickens counties, you have 30 days from your release from jail to leave this circuit. The one exception to that would be traveling on Highway 515. That would be traveling directly through without stops. Did you initial each one of those conditions?
Yes.
And is that your signature appearing on the last page of the inventory of special conditions of probation?
Yes.
I'm holding in my hand a notice of post-conviction remedies and advisement of rights. Did you go over this form with your lawyer?
Yes.
Is there any part of this form you were unclear or confused about?
No.
And is that your signature appearing on the bottom of that page?
Yes.
Holding in my hand a certification under OCGA section 1611-129E in which you have signed and indicated in open court that you're not the holder of weapons carry permit. Is that your signature appearing on that page?
Yes.
And for all the content creators who want to use this, I will be uploading the hearing separately to the channel. If you want to fair use it, if you want to play it, if you want to commentate on it, it will be uploaded separately without my commentary.
Holding in my hand the petition to enter a plea of guilty. Did you go over this form with your lawyer?
Yes.
Did you initially make some mark on each question on this form with responses to each question?
Yes.
Was there any part of this form you were unclear or confused about?
No.
Did anyone force you or threaten you into signing or initialing any part of this form?
No.
And are all of your answers on this form true and correct?
Yes.
As to the second page of the petition to enter a plea of guilty, is that your signature appearing halfway down on that page?
Yes.
Let me ask you, Mr. Robinson, do you know of any reason I should not accept your client's plea in this case?
I do not, Your Honor.
I will advise you, Mr. Palmer, that you have the right to appeal from this guilty plea. To do that, you must file a written notice of appeal with the clerk of court of this county within 30 days of the date that the sentence becomes final. The sentence becomes final when I sign it and it is filed with the clerk. Mr. Robinson, is there anything that you would like to tell me about your client prior to sentencing?
No, Your Honor, we just asked the court to accept the plea as negotiated and sentenced as it is.
I agree, Dante. Yes, no, yes, massa, no, massa, yes, yeah. Why it sound like he talking from like the back of his throat? I know he lost 20 pounds. Did he lose 10 in his throat? Did he lose 10 in his Adam's apple? It sounds like it's like he talking from the back of the gums, from the back of the tongue. You must. Hold on, can I do it? Yes.
no, no, yeah, yeah, no, yeah, no,
I can't do it.
yeah,
No, I can't do it. Hold on one more time.
no, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything on behalf of the state?
No, Your Honor, other than the victim, thanking her and accident.
Right.
Mrs. Hinton?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Roberts has indicated that you would like to make a victim impact statement prior to sentencing. Now will be the time to let me know what you would like to say.
Come on, Queen.
Your Honor, I would first like to thank the courts and you particularly for seeing me as a human being. This has been a experience that I, as a star, that I've really not ever experienced before. I want you to know that this is the only time that I've been in the system where the court system has really treated me like a human being, you know, outside of the defendant dehumanizing my presence everywhere in social media. And unlike him, I decided to work with the state to understand that he is also a human being and has the opportunity to go forth and live his life. And that's all I would really like the individual to do, is to go forth, live his life, leave me alone. This crime definitely has fundamentally altered the way that I live my life. What began as an unsolicited online harassment in June of 2025 escalated over the following months into explicit death threats and documented physical intrusion into the space where I live. On January 23rd, 2026, Naquan Palmer live streamed himself driving from Gilmer County to DeKalb County, a 2-hour drive directly to my home, screaming out of his car window that he intended to beat me until I had an aneurysm and that he wanted to watch me take my last breath. That is not commentary. That is a person announcing his intention to kill me on camera in real time to an audience. And
yes, that is me sitting in the top left at Scorpio 85. Supporting Baby Mother Loud Live and in color, because you know that's what I do for my people. Okay, support Loud Live and in mother in color. Okay, you know I want people to be present for me. I gotta be present for people. That's how we do. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how the Scorpio get down, baby. Scorpio don't miss a beat, baby. I told y'all I'm the same nigga to all niggas across the board, baby. Anybody telling a different gospel is a lying ass motherfucking fallen angel. Because the people that know me, the people that I roll with, baby, I'm the same nigga to all niggas. Yes, that's the CTV girl sitting right next to mother.
I have had to restructure my daily life around my own safety. I cannot move through the world the way I did before. My home, which should be a sanctuary, became a location this man broadcast to his followers as a target. The psychological weight of that does not go away when the camera turns off. But at this point, I do feel that the courts have seen me as a human being and are doing all in their power to protect me as a human being. And I thank you for that, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Hinton. And I understand that this has been a difficult experience. Mr. Palmer, you do not have to say anything prior to sentencing, but
now listen, girl. The first apology and probably the only apology we ever gonna get. Okay, girl. So I want y'all to prepare your spirits, savor the flavor, girl. Okay, I want you to prepare yourself. Okay, all right, here we go.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the court or to Mrs. Hinton prior to sentencing?
I would just like to apologize for the mental anguish that I caused to Ms. Denton, and you know, that was never my intention. And like she said, I just want to live my life as well, and I plan to put all of this behind me and never speak about her again or anything of that nature. And I do appreciate the court for hearing me out and hopefully accepting my plea.
Thank you. I will say, candidly, Mr. Farmer, your acknowledgement of that and wanting to move forward goes a long way with me in terms of accepting the Senate's recommendation. Candidly understanding also that Mrs. Hinton had an opportunity to speak with the state and has expressed a desire to be able to move forward in her life and wanting you to move forward in yours and for everybody to go on their way. I will accept the Senate's recommendation that's been announced. The court will find, Mr. Pauley, that you understand the nature of the crime and the consequences of this plea, that there is a factual basis for the plea, and that you have knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily entered this plea. That, Mr. Palmer, you have requested a sentence under the First Offender Act. The court will approve that request, withhold adjudication, and hereby notify you that this plea may not be withdrawn in the event that you fail to fully comply with the terms of the sentence I am about to impose. As such, I will sentence as follows. As to count one, you will be sentenced to 8 years, serve 120 days, credit for time served from February 21st, 2026. It being the intent of this sentence that you will be released instanter, I will sign a release order. The balance of your sentence will be served on probation. You will be subject to the general conditions of probation. You will be subject to the special conditions of probation previously outlined. Let me underline this for you as to no contact. No contact means no contact. If you see Mrs. Hinton, her family, and anyone else that you're prohibited to have contact with, and you are in the location and they show up, you leave. If you're in the location and they show up, or vice versa, you leave. It doesn't matter who was there first. You're the only one that can violate the terms and the conditions of your probation. Do not send messages through third parties.
Y'all, TS has called me. She told me she's snatching me away. So I need to take a recess, but y'all continue to do y'all thing, okay?
Do not direct message, do not tweet, X, whatever it may be. Do not send a message by smoke signal or carrier pigeon. No contact is no contact. It would be my anticipation that a violation of that provision of your sentence is going to land you back in jail about quicker than anything that is going to. You will be subject to a $1,000 fine plus statutory surcharges.
Judge, they are $455 for a total of $1,455.
You will be banished from the Appalachian Judicial Circuit in Fannin, Gilmer, and Pickens counties, except for court appearances, and as you may be required to appear for the purposes of probation. He will be on supervised probation. You will have 30 days from the day that this sentence is final in order to move from the Appalachian Judicial Circuit. You will have a bid date of 3 years, meaning if there are no violations or no new offenses, then your probation will be subject to termination after that 3-year date. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Court will also enter the permanent restraining order that has been presented and has been signed off by you and your attorney. Did you go over this permanent restraining order?
Yes.
And was there anything about this you were unclear, confused about?
Wait a minute, y'all. I gotta tell y'all, bruh. I didn't even catch this, y'all. They actually banished this bitch out of 3 different counties, girl. The one before Madison's County, the one after Madison's County, and Madison's actual county that's sandwiched in between the counties, girl. Girl, they made her pack it all the way up. Oh my God, girl, she got to rotate. Jesus Christ. Woo, girl, look, I done told y'all, stop messing with mystical ass people, girl, okay? When y'all dealing with this side of YouTube, y'all are dealing with the YouTube Illuminati, okay? Y'all are dealing with the magical girls. Y'all are dealing with the bitches who go to cemeteries and recruit graveyard dirt and do all type of witchy things under lunar and solar energies, girl. Burnt her down, girl. TS Madison burnt her down to the wax, girl. Burnt her down to the wax. They banished this girl from 3. Let me tell you something. TS Madison has inspired me, bitch. I'm never playing with no bitch civilly ever again, bitch. Any bitch play with me, girl, I'm taking you through there criminally, girl. You're going to get that TS Madison package. That's what we're going to call it, girl. She's now a new adjective, girl. She's a verb now, girl. Okay? I'm going to TS Madison your ass. Girl, okay, this is where all the fun is at in criminal, girl. This is where you get things objectively, tangibly done. It's in Miss Criminal Court, girl. T.S. Madison has set imagine had Cardi B with this route, girl. Even though Trash Coochie K is still headed, girl, to the big slammer. But that's a whole nother story that we might get into before this commentary is all said and done, girl. But from here on out, baby, it's criminal all day. And the fact that he got 2 other people with TPOs against him that he can't play with. Oh, the block is hot, girl. The tight rope is tight roping.
No.
And is that your signature that's appearing on the last page?
Yes.
In terms of the pronouncement of the sentence, is there anything further on behalf of the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further on behalf of the defense that I may have omitted or needs to be clarified?
No, Your Honor.
I will advise you, Mr. Robinson, that as you have signed the notice of post-conviction remedy and advised of rights, that if you have any further questions in that regard, you will need to direct those to your attorney. But in a felony, usually
you got 30 days to pack your shit up, girl. You are done. Girl, she banned him from 3 different counties, girl. You got to go. After she said that it was T.S. Madison who was going to have to round up that house, girl, have to round up her living. The old nasty piece of reverse Uno that happened in Surgery, girl. This is nasty. This is nasty. It's nasty. It's nasty. Girl, T.S. Madison said, you needed that? You needed that? Light work. Light work. T.S. Madison, such light work. T.S. Madison was able to just Skype in her performance, girl, on the Jumbotron, bitch. Like, this is the 2000 VMAs down in the Times Square. Light work.
The day that your sentence becomes final, file a habeas corpus petition. Beyond that, do you have any questions for the court?
I have one. So with the probation, if I'm banned from up here, I can come here for probation, but that's it.
No, we will actually transfer your probation to, I believe it is Atlanta is where you live. So the only reason you would ever have to come back here is if you get in trouble, if you don't pay your money, if you don't do your community service, we may ask you to come back to
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Don't even stop at a gas station. Wait, make sure you got full tank before you go.
She said, girl, no gas stations, no nothing, girl. Make sure you got a full tank of gas when you coming through the tri-state, boo. Because you're cooked, Miss Mamas, okay? These are only sore sites for you now, okay? Banished, girl. Exiled. Deported. All the things.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything further?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Good luck, sir. Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Ross.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mrs. Henry. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you, Rob.
Displaced, excluded, ejected, eliminated, dismissed, excommunicated, ousted, kicked out, cast out, ran out, spurned. depossessed, exposed, rejected, repudiated, thrown out, gets from here. My God, today. All right. So as you guys heard, honey, 8 years probation, drug screenings. Has to stay 1 mile from her home, completely banned, girl, from her county and 2 other counties, girl. She's only allowed, she will only be back in this county, baby, if she's serving her time as a result of breaching and breaking the stipulations of this protective order. And that TPO has been fully converted into a permanent restraining order. The judge has accepted the terms and conditions of cell bed bail requirement. Now I have some thoughts personally. First of all, shout out to TS Madison for doing what needs to be done. The DL Whisperer, ironically, has TS Madison to thank for the freedom he has a privilege of assessing, because she worked hand in hand with the DA as it relates to figuring out his situation. And if it wasn't for her extended humanity toward him, they would be bypassing straight to trial, where his ass would be sentenced, and this case would be brought before a jury of his own peers, where he definitely would be not collecting 200, but yet passing go to go straight into prison. Now, here's the thing about that. I do understand having a humanity. I'm an empath myself. I'm not sure I would have had the same humanity in this case. And the thing that would have made me be a bit more hard-edged, it's because of the vileness and the intentionality that went into a desire to harm not only myself, but those around me that I love. That would have just been the line of all lines. And baby, from there, any virtue extended to you would have been toward you and the Lord. Baby, I would have been a full personification and embodiment of the law, the letter of the law, baby. Whatever virtue you're qualified for will be between you and the Lord and the Jesus that you particularly serve. So I found T.S. Madison's humanity to be really shocking. But what an incredible display of compassion, which is also very contrary to the narratives that a lot of T.S. Madison's haters have out about her as it relates to their cult leader, the Whisperer. All that ish about how evil she is and how she wants to destroy him has just been completely undone and eradicated by the fact that they're going to get their leader back due to T.S. Madison's compassion and her extending something to him that in all 1 year and a half of him menacing, stalking, cyber threatening, and bullying her, he never extended to her. She humanized him in a way that he absolutely refused to, all the way up to this point. Now, T.S. Madison's behavior in this regard probably explains why she also is as blessed as she is. That good old turning the other cheek. That good old, even though she could have pressed the gas, she could have took it through there because she is the author of this. And she had full right and privilege to pull that trigger because Lord knows, baby, I would have never stopped ooding, metaphorically speaking. Baby, because once that hand is on the trigger and it's been pulled, baby, I'm emptying the extendo clip. Because nobody is going to play with me like this. I could not have showed him this type of mercy. Let me tell you what I would have considered mercy. The fact that you get to live at all is mercy. I wouldn't have given a damn about your quality of living, whether you have to live behind bars. The fact that you get to live, girl, is an extension of my mercy. I also am a little disappointed. So hold on. So before we transition there, so shout out to TS Madison for girl literally being in her Christ energy, girl. Okay, because that's what it took. Okay, girl. Shout out to TS Madison, girl, for still even after all of this. It's like, girl, I could, but I'm not going to because I'm gonna show you how this is done, Whisperer. I'm gonna show you what enough is like. I'm gonna show you what compassion looks like. Just like you don't understand people like me, aka a trans woman, I don't understand a sick, dumb, delusional motherfucker like you. But I'm never going to get in your way if I don't per se have to. Now, the only reason we're here is because you force me to have to obstruct your pathway because you're playing with me. And I'm going to give to you the same grace that I preach, that I teach, and extend that to you, somebody who does not deserve it. But because of the God in me, I'm going to extend it to you nonetheless. In the words of Christ, when it came to the adulterous woman, you are forgiven. And go and sin no more. All in the same breath, baby. You are forgiven, girl. You are free. And go and change thy ways. Okay? All right. So shout out to TS Madison. Now, let me talk on the DA side. On the state side. Tad bit disappointed. I'm not really sure why the charges weren't also upgraded or nuanced in terms of a hate crime, because this literally was a hate crime. T.S. Madison would not have been targeted had she been a natural born woman. She was specifically targeted because of her trans identity. If there's anything that objectively is a receipt of a hate crime, this would be it. Mr. Palmer came in to target T.S. Madison because she is T.S. Caught himself protecting the spiritual whistleblower, a natural born woman, from a trans woman. Had she not been particularly, specifically trans, she would not be on his radar. The state also could have pressed the gas and had so much room to press the gas and to take his ass all the way through there. Now, mind you, that might be a result of T.S. Madison's compassion because she did work with the DA, as we heard the judge say. So that leniency and that favor, you know, could be there as a result of T.S. Madison. So the DL Whisperer literally owes his freedom and the rest of his future to Miss T.S. Madison, who could have objectively changed the trajectory of his life for not just 6 months, girl, but for years on out. But let's talk about the judge too. Because the judge, as you guys know, we read the order from her. After the bail and bond hearing, she denied bail and bond a few months ago, and she quoted his words that he was going to knock this bitch upside the head, that he was going to hurt this hoe, he was going to get her, he was going to beat her, he was going to draw blood from her. So the judge was convinced, on top of the fact that she quoted him saying that no letter of the law is going to stop him from his behavior. Matter of fact, let me pull up the judge's sentiments to the exact letter. Y'all run them likes up because the king is working, girl. Now we got to transition into NICKI, Tasha, and TS after this, girl. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Okay, yeah. So here are the judge's words to be exact. The court finds that simply posting about someone on social media in and of itself does not constitute conduct or contact. The court does find that the defendant's words, actions, and conduct to fall within the contemplation of the appellate court's decisions in case law here and case law here. The court is concerned greatly by the fact that the defendant drove from his home in Gilmer County to DeKalb County for the purpose of creating and posting a video showing the victim's home and disclosing its location for his followers to see, all the while making comments and taunts directed toward the victim. The court is even more concerned about the verbiage used during the defendant's posts, such as, quote, going to knock B in the head, quote, I want B's dead, quote, you never know when I'm watching, I'm going to get TS Madison. Finally, the court cannot and will not disregard the defendant's statements, quote, any bond you set today, I get out regardless, and quote, no bond keeping me from getting this hoe. Said language indicates this defendant has not any intention of abiding by any special bond conditions this court may set if bond were to be granted. And based upon the foregoing, the court finds the defendant to be a threat to persons in the community, and he poses a risk of committing further felonies pending trial, and that he poses a risk of intimidating witnesses, especially the victim, and otherwise obstructing goddamn justice. This was the court's and the judge's sentiments to why she did not grant bond, because she was fully convinced by the defendant's own words that he is a menace and that he means what he says and that he had every intention of eventually hurting and harming T.S. Madison. Therefore, when the judge considered the plea deal presented, she had the right and the authority to accept that plea deal or to reject it. I don't per se have an issue with the judge accepting the plea deal, especially since T.S. Madison, the victim, was okay and compliant with the terms of the plea deal. However, with the judge feeling that way, I would have wanted the judge to consider that plea deal under a few different terms. One being that she had seen any changes or work he had implemented during his 6 months of incarceration. Look at his incarceration record to see if he had been in any progressive Head Start programs, if he had been in any type of mental health programs, if he had done any type of reforming while he was incarcerated. I would have also wanted her to make her decision on whether she accepted the plea deal based upon whether he would bring himself to lay out a play-by-play on how he was going to address his mental health issues, since he has received multiple TPOs from different people while being incarcerated. And I wouldn't have had a problem with her court ordering him getting mental health treatment. as a component of his bond terms and agreements. Also, since all of this abuse, bullying was in the context of cyber harassment, cyber bullying, cyber this, it would have been completely appropriate for the judge to also banish his ass from the internet and revoke his online privileges. That has been done. There are case laws on the books where judges have restricted content creators' internet privileges, set their ass down either permanently or set their ass down for a certain amount of years so they can go find a corner to go rehabilitate in. So I do feel like the judge slightly dropped the ball a little bit in kind of lowering the bar for the release, considering that we're talking about someone who still, for all we know, may have an intent to unalive and hurt TS Madison, her mom, her family, her friends, etc. I also felt like the judge should have considered trans people as a whole as well, not just T.S. Madison, considering that Palmer has TPOs against him from other queer people. Dominique Morgan is a trans woman. D is a queer man. And the Palmer's brand is basically an attack on openly queer men and trans women. It's supposed to be centering DL men, but it has escalated to targeting trans individuals and queer men who don't buy into what Palmer is selling. With this being a disenfranchised, minority, vulnerable community, I feel like the judge should have really considered making a full example out of Palmer as not only a means to obstruct his behavior toward TS, but to obstruct his behavior entirely toward a community that's already facing a lot politically and societally. Do I believe that Palmer is going to respect the terms of his probation? No. If he had any ability to be disciplined and to respect the terms and the agreements, then he would already be doing that. He would have never been in this predicament to begin with. He would have never violated the TPO to begin with. And since he's been in jail, some of his leaked calls have implied that he's just waiting to get out and get back to business. For T.S. Madison's sake, I hope that Palmer will move on. I hope that she does not have to regret extending her humanity toward a lunatic. I myself have been subjected to lunatics on the internet. So I particularly have a informed bias towards people who have a certain pathology and pattern within their personality and know how sick and psychotic people are and how people don't need you to do anything to justify their targeting of you. They're just sick in and of themselves to be in a one-sided parasocial war with you. And there's no way to reason with that. And a lot of times, even the law simply does not prohibit that as well. How many women have been unalived despite having paperwork on the books against their abuser? How many people got hurt anyway despite paperwork on the book for their abusers? I think in this particular situation, given how long he's had mental health issues and how long he's been indulging in this type of behavior since he was a juvenile, that this is a more unique type of a situation and more of a unique type of an individual. And obviously, despite having a lot of run-ins as a juvenile, it did not prohibit him having multiple run-ins with people he don't know that he's building clout off of in the worst, most destructive way as an adult. So why would paperwork stop him now when it didn't stop him then? So I'm not a believer. I'm not convinced, but I will be keeping mother in my prayers. And I hope that she does not live to regret her choice. And I hope that for Mr. Palmer's sake, that despite the courts not court ordering him to get in any type of mental health treatment to rehabilitate, that he chooses that for himself. Because when you look back over this, was it worth it? Hell no. Should the internet ever lead you to being in motherfucking jail? Hell no, it should not. Should the internet ever lead you to being on probation? Hell no, it should not. Should the internet ever lead you to being the intellectual property of the state, baby? Hell no. Should the reason you can't go somewhere and be somewhere is because of your behavior on the internet? Hell no. It's the reason why you got to also reimburse TS Madison for her court fees and her attorney fees. So out of that $10,000 or however much it is that he raised on GoFundMe, $3,500 of that goes toward TS Madison. And obviously the rest of that would be going toward him reforming his life and surviving probation over the next 8 years. Also paying his own attorney fees at this damn point. Is that worth? Over what? I think what makes this even more pathetic is the fact that he said that he wasn't even getting paid from social media because he was being banned and clipped from breaking community guidelines across the board from Instagram to Facebook, etc. That he was never even able to make no coin off the internet. That's why he needed to GoFundMe. So you did all this for free? Are you dumb? Over somebody who wasn't talking to you or about you? Are you stupid? Think about how deranged and demented you have to be that committed to a story that's not even yours. My God, today. Imagine. Imagine. So more than likely, we know that temptation will get the best of Eve, her ass to be at the forbidden tree again, because we know that she won't be able to watch everybody else have all the fun. She's not going to be able to watch Trashy Coochie K and ATL and Brown have all the fun out here, girl. Temptation and the intrusive thoughts are going to get the best of him. We know that it ain't but so long, girl. He's going to be able to stay away from the apple, girl. From the forbidden fruit, girl. We know this. So we'll be expecting and looking forward to the self-sabotage. And when it happens, we'll be reporting loud, live, and in motherfucking color all over again about it. Once again, I will be uploading the hearing independently. So for all the content creators who want to review that and talk about that, etc., please do so. All that I ask is that you give me my motherfucking credit because I'm the one out here working. Okay? Now, let's get into Tasha Coochie motherfucking K. My God, today. So, you guys know that TS Madison sat down with no other than Jason Lee. Shout out to Inglewood Unlocked. Shout out to Compton Unlocked, and Nicki Minaj became a point of conversation in T.S. Madison's interview with Jason. And this is what she had to say.
That's not the Nikki that I know. Nikki defended me on Queen Radio when those men were trying to misgender me. Like Nikki and I've had like late night conversations. In my heart of hearts, I love her. And that's my girl. Whether she communicates with me now, whether she talks to me now or not, whatever, I don't know. But then when I seen her really aligning herself like with Tasha K and Angela Stan, like these are transphobic women. Tasha K, Angela Stanton, who else? Those fucking people, like Elon Musk is transphobic
Against his own daughter.
against his own kid.
But don't you feel betrayed? Why is it so hard for you to call out what it is? It's betrayal. It is treason to the gay community, what she's done. Why not call it out?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what's been done to her. That's not the Nikki that I know. Nikki defended.
Okay. Let's be clear. Cocaine Barbie is not known by anybody. Her own son would never truly know who she is. This is the gag about narcissists. Okay? They don't have a soul for you to actually know. They have a persona. They have mission statements and agendas that you can get to know. They don't have an actual self to know. They are a conglomerate of unresolved childhood trauma, now wrapped up in extreme preservation, and particularly for overt narcissists that is substituted and resolved by aligning with power, aligning with money, and creating a superficial personality in place of a soul that was never fully nurtured nor developed. Okay, so Onika has been a great disappointment to all and to the majority, which is why she did not release that Pink Friday 3 and 4 and shit that she was going to back in Miss March, okay? Because she also lost more than half of her fan base, which is made up of queer and LGBT individuals who are coming under great societal and governmental assault by this current administration. So Miss Onika does have some goddamn audacity. I'm going to take it a little step further too. We knew who Nicki Minaj was long before she ever came out as MAGA, way before she ever came out as Republican, as a Trumper. You know how we knew who she was? Because of who the hell she married. A 2-time convicted felon who is a murderer and a registered SCX offender, who also paid for the legal representation of her own brother, who was found guilty in state court for essaying his own stepdaughter, which he did in front of her younger brother, who witnessed his sister being raped. Nicki Minaj paid a $500,000 lawyer tab in an attempt to exonerate her rapey brother who violated a child, a 12-year-old girl, who trusted him as the substitute male figure in her life, as a man chosen by a woman who trusted him to be a father figure to her children. And not only did Nicki Minaj pay a $500,000 lawyer tab to defend her rapey brother, but she also wrote in a character witness letter asking the judge to be lenient upon her brother. I guess to hell with the trauma, right, of the 12-year-old girl. To hell with the trauma, right, of the brother who witnessed his sister being violated by their stepdad, I guess the hell, right? With the mother who has had to navigate the complexity of this assault upon her children and her personal life and her reputation. Oh, no. Nicki didn't give a damn, baby. Who she wanted leniency for was her brother. To make matters worse, on top of defending a S-Air brother who's currently serving, damn near a life sentence in a New York penitentiary, and then marrying a rapist and a registered SEX offender, she also got out here and badgered and bullied the hell out of Jennifer Huff. Shout out to Jennifer Huff. Kenneth Petty survivor, 1994 survivor. Got out here and put out misinformation to deflect from the barbs who were gaslighting her ass up on why she married this weirdo and this shittard. Said that Jennifer was a white woman. The woman is biracial, and in no city or state will Jennifer's phenotype afford her to ever be mistaken as a white woman. She clearly looks like a woman of color. Said that Jennifer Huff was a much older woman. Older woman. Tried to almost paint Jennifer as a predator, which is contrary to the actual facts of the case between Jennifer and Kenneth. Jennifer, by Kenneth Petty's own admission, in a 1994 interrogation video you can find right here on the Consciouztv platform that went viral all across the Jasmine brand, all across the Twitters, all across the YouTubes. These raggedy ass bitches largely didn't give me my motherfucking credit for that video either, even though I watermarked it. But shout out to DJ Academics, who gave the king of all kings credit. Okay? But that would be contrary to Kenneth Petty's own admission that him and Jennifer were the same age. Went to the same school. Okay? Knew each other from the same neighborhood because their families were friends. Yeah. She also tried to argue away the sexual assault by saying that, well, they were boyfriend and girlfriend. That was also not the truth. Kenneth Petty nor Jennifer ever stated that they were together. Matter of fact, Jennifer is on record saying that they never dated. As you can see in the 1994 interrogation video, Kenneth Petty didn't even know Jennifer's last name, yet alone was his girlfriend. She tried to imply that they were together in order to justify the fact that Jennifer and Kenneth were having consensual sex. This was not rape. That's also contrary to the actual black and white in evidence, because Jennifer, upon going to school and telling a friend that she had just been SA'd, who then went and told an administrator, then contacted the authorities. Jennifer was then transported to a local hospital where a then RAPE kit was done that tested positive for Kenneth Petty's spermicide. Despite Kenneth Petty trying to deny the assault that day and that he had ever even came into contact with Jennifer, aside from saying hey to her as she waited at a bus stop, Jennifer was able to describe a room that Kenneth Petty said she had never been in, described it in such grave details, which was corroborated by the pictures that were taken at the scene of the crime that match Jennifer's description, play by play, precept by precept, and line by line. So this is the Nicki that we know. We know her. The context clue's been there the whole time. She been on her bald-headed hoe bullshit long before MAGA, long before Trump, long before, baby. There's been really grotesque side effects and telltale signs about who Nicki is as a person simply from who she married and the criminals in her family that she vehemently defended. Oh yeah, so this is the Nicki that we know. And this Nicki has existed for a very, 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 very Long time. Long time. Now, as a result of Mother Maddie, you know, calling Nicki out, and shout out to TS, because so many celebrities have sat back ultimately and been very quiet on this. So shout out to Jay-Z for finally dragging that bitch in a freestyle. Shout out to Lizzo for dragging the hell and calling Nicki ass to the carpet. Shout out to TS Madison for putting the address on it. Okay, it's the big TS, bitch. Because so many celebrities and public figures who have proxy to Nicki have just been on mute this whole time. And we know why most celebrities have been on mute. And it's because despite them may not liking Nicki, they can't criticize her for being MAGA, because most celebrities are secretly Republican as well. People who accumulate lots of money typically vote right. Right is where all the tax breaks are. It's where you try to, you know, genocide the poor, and it's when you look out for your own self-interest economically. So there's lots of celebrities and public figures who are secretly right. So they would be hypocrites to hoot and holler about Nicki making a goddamn fool of herself for being MAGA when they all are too. Yeah. Now, as a result of Mother Maddie tugging on Nicki's rotten, rooted bust down, this resurrected MAGA supporter, Tasha K, who you guys also know voted for Trump, despite him not doing a goddamn thing for her, he won't even invite her to Mar-a-Lago to look at any of the dead bodies that are buried in the goddamn golf course around Mar-a-Lago. He won't even process her application to be a goddamn indentured servant over there at Mar-a-Lago. My God, today. But given all of Trans Rena's economic issues, we definitely can understand, bitch, why she had to bite the apple. But another shoe-shining raccoon. So she called herself coming to Nicki Minaj defense and also asking T.S. Madison why she got her name in her mouth, as if she's not deep-throating the big D bitch herself every chance that she gets. Because, as I told you guys, Tasha suffers from penis envy. That's her real issue and conflict when it comes to trans women, is that they have the dicks that she prayed to God for her whole life. Instead, she was left with the empty hole. Not only where her heart is, but where her dick never was going to be too. Yeah. So let's listen a little bit to what Trans Rena had to say in response to T.S. Madison, because she has some interesting things to say about why T.S. Madison is press. Queen, y'all run the lights all the way up. Yes, everybody loves.
Oh, pause. They're saying that I guess Nicki Minaj committed treason to the gay community because she decided to align herself with Trump. And committed treason because he hasn't had the new phone number since Queen Radio. So let me tell you what it is, all right? Put the comments up for a second. So y'all got to learn to read in between the lines. So he was fine and dandy when he was with Nicki, when he was aligned with me, using me to help bring views to his show. When he was on Fox Soul and when Kaya walked off, I was the first one sitting there beside him. I acknowledged him as a her when we were friends. But then when you betrayed me, yeah, and you had that other ugly man sitting up in a moo-moo with a wig on and lipstick all around his chin and his beard. No, you keep my comments up. I need them. Yeah, y'all remember that? When I did that interview on Fox Soul that he begged me to do. And then you had Miss Sophia introduce me as a liar blogger. And then you premiered my segment after you begged me to come on that show. And I'm so glad that...
And who she's talking about is Miss Sophia, who was on before Tasha brought her not need ass out there on set, looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
God had the last day because he canceled your ass right then, and that was the last season we ever heard of you on Fox Soul. We ain't seen him at all. That's when I decided to part ways with you. You know how that phone call went down. You already know. I told y'all what you know more. Your manager Gio, beautiful man. Shout out to Gio. Gio was a nice looking ass man. Gio was the one bringing all the money through that. Gio was the one when TS had ads and stuff. Y'all ain't seen no ads up over there. That was all Gio, okay? Period. There's a reason why everybody leave. Kylie, I left. Everybody, ain't nobody around there, down there no more. Nobody trying to smell that. Now, you already know what it is. And so during that call, he was already upset, I guess, because he was like, Tasha. I said, what? This is after I cussed him out about the Sophia stuff. Well, listen. Do you got Nicki Minaj's new number? Why?
Well, y'all gonna listen to TS Madison's response to all of this, girl. It was rather interesting, to say the least.
Why you want to know, Nick? Why? Because she ain't called me. What I got to do with that? What you want me to give her a message? Well, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I said, well, I'm not in the business of giving out nobody's phone numbers. And if Nicki want to talk to you, she'll holler at you. Nicki has changed her number 5 times. And every time she changes it, I'm the first person that gets it. Just like that. Just like that.
I don't believe that. I'm going to tell you why I don't believe that. Remember when Tasha, well, maybe y'all don't because y'all don't really follow her. But for the 700 real flesh and blood people that follow her, you know, not the 1.2 million robots from Israel that follow her. Remember when she had made a post to her Twitter and to her Instagram, and she was like, yeah, you know what? I've taken into consideration some of the sentiments from the winos, and from now on, we're going to be reporting non-bias on certain celebrities that I've been told that I've reported biasly on. Okay? She was talking about Nicki Minaj. So then the people were scrambling, girl, trying to figure out what the hell had happened and why was Tasha rerouting her loyalty to Cocaine Barbie. And it wasn't because she had give a damn about the winos. She never gives a damn about the winos. That's why her ass ended up owing Cardi B 4.2 Mexican pesos, because the winos, who were drunk, but not drunk enough to know that that bitch wasn't endangered, Celie, told her to leave that damn lady alone. She didn't want to, okay? They told her in the beginning of this lawsuit, where the sympathy was very high for Tasha, to start a GoFundMe. They would help her pay down the $4.1 million judgment. She said no. So we know she's never in the habit, girl, of actually listening to the winos. There aren't really too many content creators that actually do listen to their supporters, okay? But then I figured out, because you guys know that upon being Consciouztv, I'm also known as Clock It TV, because I clocked it at a high precision rate. Not only a highly observant, highly skilled, highly intuitive Scorpio can do. Ironically, just the day before that, or the 2 days before she made that post, she had got invited to do a radio segment. And it was a hot topic segment, and they were talking about the newly released narrative from DJ Glad. And DJ Glad has said that Kenneth and Nicki were basically, their marriage was on the rocks. They were on the verge of divorce, and that she had kicked him out of their mini mansion into an 800-foot square house, a 800-foot trap house in Jamaica, Queens, which was showing up as his registered address on the ex-offender registry. So Tasha had caught herself, girl, trying to impress viewers and to impress her constituents at this radio station by calling Nicki Minaj to get the 411, and that bitch did not answer, nor did she return Tasha's calls, nor did she follow up. Tasha was like, yeah, girl, she usually, if I hit her up and she can't answer, she usually hit me right back, but you know, she ain't hit me back or nothing. You know, Tasha is a full-blown narc, so you can't reject her. You can't say no to her. It's going to go kaboom like it always does with most motherfucking narcs. So she was being snarky and being retaliatory by weaponizing her platform against Nicki. Okay, well, you know what, bitch? I'm not going to be using my platform to speak on your behalf and to empower you and to da-da-da-da-da you, and you can't even return my motherfucking phone calls, and you can't give me the 411, and I'm out here doing, you know, PR work for you left and motherfucking right, etc. So then Nicki caught wind of the subliminals, okay? Because Nicki is a narcissist herself, so she know how other narcissists work, girl. You know, a familiar spirit, like attracts like, all right? So, you know, she turned around and threw her a narcissistic bone, because, you know, narcs are also known for breadcrumbing. And, you know, they usually would do one huge gesture to try to, you know, rebalance things. So she popped up on one of Tasha K's Bigo streams and had donated $3,000 to her, allegedly, to smooth shit over. So now they're back in the goods. It'd be the narcissistic Hunger Games for me, girl. All right, but let's continue to play, y'all.
Okay, that's what you're mad about. That's what Jason P is mad about when they're saying it's treason to the game. We're used to people rolling out red carpets, giving them certificates, giving them privileges, letting them just come in and take over and get in and everything. And then when we close the door, all of a sudden we're afraid. We're phobic now. No, we just saw who y'all are. We just see who y'all are. And it's not the entire community. It's just y'all. Y'all free. You, Dominique Morgan. Speaking of Dominique Morgan, okay, to my tree.
Okay, so that was on PS. Well, PS had some sentiment of her own to say in response to Consciouztv. So let's get into this. Shout out to the TS.
And you keep talking about Nicki Minaj's phone number. Girl, bitch, been there, done that. I've never asked you for Nicki Minaj's phone number. Bitch, I had Nicki Minaj's number before you even came into the picture, Nee. Let's be clear. Before you came in the picture. And if she don't never call me or we don't never speak to each other again, peace, blessings, and soul to her. The job is already done. Since you got her number, bitch, you call her and ask her to motherfucking wire you $4.1 million, bitch, so you can get out of debt.
Ooh! Now, bitch.
Call your homegirl and ask her that, bitch.
That is what gets me. In the words of Nicki, girl, once I heard that line, I ain't even need to hear no more, bitch. That was the entirety of the read as far as I was concerned, girl. That was all she wrote. That was the 360 deal. That TS just nodded Tasha K the fuck up, girl. You around here talking about a bitch not having another bitch's phone number, hoe. Like TS Madison said, bitch, the clout has already been received. The cosign has already been had and cannot be retracted, bitch, okay? The Queen Radio episodes, girl, are up and already a part of history, Miss Mamas. I don't recall you, Tasha, being a guest and being asked to sit down with the queen. I don't recall you, bitch, okay, having your self-made show be picked up and endorsed and want to be funded and sponsored by the queen herself, girl. The business has already been done. The gag is, bitch, I would rather not have her number, but have 4.1 million of her goddamn dollars, bitch, to settle this judgment. So while you bragging about having a multimillionaire's phone number, I'm going to need you to use that phone number to ask your homegirl to donate you that settlement money, girl, so you can finally break the chains, so that the chains can be broken, baby. Because if this was such your good Judy, girl, if Nikki was on that type of time with you, certainly her empathy would not be able to afford her to endure the suffering and the chains that her sister are bound in by one of her very own ops, baby. You play tag, but you seem to be it for life. Yikes. Out of town on consistent flights. Bitch, this is a different type of white. My God, today. Baby, when TS said that I did not need to hear no more, I was done. I was done, girl. As somebody who reads and roasts into the bowels of hell and then sits on the lap of Satan to watch my enemy burn, baby, burn. I know when a bitch has emptied the extendo clip in one verb, in one sentence, and that was the sentence, bitch. That was the sentence, Miss Mamas. Are you able to use that number to get your homegirl to donate and to resolve what you needed? Bankruptcy and a Tubi attorney to help you to accomplish while still failing, which is why Cardi done turned around and sued the shit out of Yellen, which transitioned from KB Studios and is also now suing Shaq, your Nubian wife. My God, today. I gotta rewind that back. Girl, because TS Madison chewed on that bitch's body with that, girl. That was literally biblical. That was biblical, girl. That was a one-liner KO. Nothing else need to be said. There ain't nothing that's going to top that that's going to come out of T.S. Madison's mouth. That was the truth of all truths, the justices of all justices. That was the epitome of all epitomes, girl. That was the universe of all universes, girl. That was top tier mastery KO, girl. That one line can be an entire university college course taught to the mainstream, bitch. Okay, girl, there are philosophies that I could extract out of that, bitch. I could build an entire framework just around that one liner. That is a one, bitch. This was Clarissa Shields getting in a motherfucking ring, bitch, with Mike motherfucking Tyson. Girl, she was complete. Every time Tasha tries to tug on T.S. Madison's wig, girl, she falls and can never get back up. Leave this lady alone, Tasha. You are out of your weight class. People like Tasha and Barnyard Wiggins, they can't read. That's where their weakness is. They can't roast, they can't gag. All they can do is hoot and holler and know how to put them big ass teeth, girl, in front of a clear lens to be blinded by the synthetic light. All they can do is be loud, girl, but they cannot read, they cannot roast, they cannot gag. This is where you just have to sit it the fuck out. This was top tier supreme level, girl. Let me wind that back one time.
And clear. You could never serve me. Bitch, when my royalties roll around for Beyonce, bitch, that goes right into my account. When any of your monies come in, bitch, you got to portion your shit out so that you can eat the bologna sandwiches, bitch. You and your motherfucking African wife is over there eating, bitch. And your motherfucking ass got to shell the rest to Cardi B. You could never read me. Ever. You couldn't read the fine print on your gag order, girl. You are dummy, bitch. And you keep talking about Nicki Minaj's phone number, girl. Bitch, been there, done that. I've never asked you for Nicki Minaj's phone number, bitch. I had Nicki Minaj's number before you even came into the picture, niece. Let's be clear. Before you came in the picture, and if she don't never call me or we don't never speak to each other again, peace, blessings, and soul to her. The job is already done.
Period.
Since you got her number, bitch, you call her and ask her to motherfucking wire you $4.1 million, bitch, so you can get that. Call your homegirl and ask her that, bitch.
Oh girl, that one. Oh girl, that. Oh God, girl, that. That's the kind of one line of bitch you feel in your bones, bitch. Like it gave me arthritis, girl. My knees got bad, and they pretty good. I got Megan Thee Stallion knees for good reasons, you know. God damn, that's the kind of liners, girl. Like, you know, what? God damn. Because what? Because, girl, let me tell you, a one-liner puts a bitch in a position to where they can't even rebuttal. Like, they can't, there's not even a equivalent rebuttal. Like, there can be no rebuttaling. It's rebuttalless. Okay? That's where the ouch comes from. Because we know that there's nothing that Tasha can say to make that make sense, girl. There's nothing she can say, girl. There's nothing. It just has to be eaten, girl. That was a dish served best cold. My God. One more time. I cannot.
Since you got her number, bitch, you call her and ask her to motherfucking wire you $4.1 million, bitch, so you can get out of debt.
Wow. Wow.
Call your homegirl and ask her that, bitch.
Wow.
That's what you do.
My God.
You call your homegirl and you ask her to give you $4.1 million to keep you out of debt and jail, you lying ass bitch.
Jesus Christ.
75% of summer flings won't.
She said she ain't got no ads, baby, but it's ads over here. She said there ain't no ads over here in TS Madison land. It's ads, baby. Shout out to the ad revenue.
You're not equipped to read me, girl. You never have been. You never will be. You sitting over there with that effeminate ass motherfucking husband, bitch, talk about something, bitch. You served me, girl. You couldn't even serve that man that nasty ass pussy you got, bitch. He didn't even want it on his birthday.
Shout out to my baby mother, Samerica, for the piece of child support check. And as you guys know, baby, the donation links are on the screen. If you appreciate everything that Kane does here, baby.
Down, bald head, bitch. Sit down. Put some glasses on that little boy so you can line his eyes up right. Oh, I'm sorry. You had to put his ass in a motherfucking basket and send him to motherfucking Africa, bitch, like float his ass to Africa in a woven basket, bitch, like Moses had to float away from the motherfucker from Herod.
Oh, my God.
You a dummy. Get the fuck out of here. Talking about something you read me.
Wow.
Girl, go down there and read your lease on your house. Go down there and get your house back.
I don't watch trash or what, girl. I don't even, girl. You know what? It don't be hitting me when I be dragging the eyeballs out of Trash Hoochie K. It's not until I be listening to other heavy hitters and other heavyweight champions like myself, like TS. It's not until I hear another heavyweight do it that I be like, ooh, ow, ooh. Then I be like understanding why people be experiencing my commentary on certain people the way that they do, girl. But ooh, I got that. Like, because when you're the one doing the reading, girl, it just comes from the spirit. It's prophetic, if you will. You know? But God damn, like, T.S. Madison be reading trash her down to a molecular level and be reading her down to like raw ingredients, like be stripping her of all of the GMO, all of the pesticides, all of the artificial fat, just reducing her right back to an organic substance, bitch. And it'd be the only time that I be feeling just slightly bad for her. I just want Tasha to leave this lady alone. Leave her alone, baby. There is literally no comparison. There's just no way for even Tasha to get in this bitch. It's not no way, girl. But you're going to get turned every which way but loose every time. Just leave her alone.
Read the fine print on how to get your house back.
My
and
God.
Get out them people's apartment down there.
Jesus Christ.
And come back and get your house. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't. And that shit you said about TS Madison show got canceled, bitch. I own Turned Out with TS Madison, you whore. And anytime I get ready to motherfucking lease it to somebody else, I lease that to Fox Soul, bitch.
That part.
I own Turned Out with TS Madison. I lease that to Fox Soul.
Y'all better stop playing with TS, bitch.
I receive every dollar. And let's be perfectly clear. Giovanni Mac ain't motherfucking made a dime from the way that he used to make a dime, bitch, when he was over here, bitch. And he was not responsible for no ads. He wasn't responsible for any monies that came into this bitch. He answered emails. He was a glorified secretary. And the reason why you got your homegirl over there feeding you information that they never had, bitch, because you was sitting over there trying to get information about me that is untrue. That he gave you my passport, bitch. And I'm waiting on any one of you pussy assholes, that's him included, bitch. And I'm going to tear you hoes up in court. He provided you with my passport. When he ran his ass down there to get that shade tree ass attorney to respond to my attorneys, bitch, and you said that you wiped your ass with cease and desist, we have that on file. We're waiting, niece. So what?
In the words of Tammy to Evelyn, I bet you won't put your hand up again. I bet you won't put your hand up again. You won't put your hand up again.
How you use Giovanni's name before you have him wrapped up with so much legal shit and he can't afford it. Before you have him wrapped up in so much legal shit, bitch, and I hope he don't use your dumb ass attorney.
Hold up. Alana in Texas just placed
There go them ads that Tasha said TS don't got going on over there.
Girl,
eating her right up off the literal mother combine.
Please. You girls get too hype. You be too hype because some motherfuckers up under there saying, ooh, you got him. Girl, sit down. Go tend to your husband. Your wife. See what? And the real reason why all that shit going on with you, bitch, because your husband is waiting on your ass to carry your ass to motherfucking jail, bitch, so he can actually get a real motherfucking man up in there, bitch, so the family can finally have a mother and a father. Because right now it's two bitches in that house.
My God. My God, today. Sure.
Right now, it's two bitches in that motherfucking house. Both of you hoes sitting down to pee. What kind of shit is that?
I am the one that had put that in mother's ear, girl. She did not know about that.
You right.
Ooh, child.
We not the motherfucking same.
And ain't.
You pay Cardi B, Beyonce pay me.
Ooh.
Big difference.
Between me and you.
Big difference.
I ain't nothing like you. You were you.
Huge difference.
My God.
You are deeply indebted to a star. And me and a star get money together.
My God.
Huge difference, bitch. You's a dummy, bitch, and I'm a smarty.
I don't know why those lady be doing this to herself. I don't understand it. She got to be a sadomasochist.
You keep talking about that girl. Bitch, I feel some kind of way because I ain't had her phone number. Well, bitch, you got her phone number. Call and tell her to help you get out of debt. Call your homegirl and tell her to help you get out of debt. Help you pay that motherfucker. It ain't nothing but a goddamn blow. It ain't nothing but dust for her.
Stop it, Madison.
It ain't nothing but dust for her.
My God. Stop it.
That's what you need to be on the phone asking.
How many of them have them friends? Ones we can depend on. Friends.
Instead of you bitches on the phone talking about me, bitch, that's what you need to be on the phone asking her.
And do?
Ask her to do what Jesus did for us all. He paid it.
Yes, honey. Since Miss Bobby is such a Christian girl, Tasha would qualify as the needy. She would qualify as someone suffering from leprosy or blindness. This would be somebody who should be, on the receiving end of a Christian's virtue. It is a very fitting relationship. Yes. I couldn't agree with that. Oh, yes, God. I do. Lord knows I do.
You see that wallpaper back there? What the inside of your house look like, Miss Tasha? What does the inside of your house look like? Since mine's so dirty. What the inside of your house look like? Oh, you can't go home. That's crazy. Ain't no way a bitch would have ran me out of my motherfucking dream home. And bitch, well, my kids had a backyard and not.
Baby Carter B ran the trash right out of her dream into a beautiful nightmare, bitch.
My children got to go swimming in a public piss-filled pool. That child was able to hula hoop.
It's no need for a pool. She lived right next to a crocodile pond. That's where the children swim.
The backyard. Now that kid can't even hula hoop around other kids, bitch. Now they gonna know them eyes go every fucking well. At least he could have hula hooped in the backyard by himself. Now all the other kids got to see them crooked ass eyes trying to motherfucking hula hoop, bitch. One thing I can say that you did this year, one big help that you did, you helped me catch a criminal. And let me tell you something.
My God.
I'm looking at you dead in the camera, so bitch, you know I'm talking dead to you and you ain't got to hear from nobody else. Bitch, you're gonna do it again. And I'm already thanking you in advance, bitch. You're gonna do it again.
My God.
The spell is called transmutating. That don't just mean money. It means transmutating the energy too, bitch. You're going to do it again. And we thank you. And we thank you.
In advance, my God, today.
Our legal team, thank you for being the dummy
and
that
it is
you
so.
are. And all the rest of the dummies that fall in place to help them be dummies too. We thank you, you fucking dummy.
And it is so. My God. Oh, yes, it is. Jesus, my Christ.
We give thanks to the dummy. Us Libras have been thanking your dumb ass bitch from the beginning. I'm a Libra, Cardi's a Libra, bitch. And we've been thanking your dumb ass from the start. You dummy. You a dumb bitch. You's a dummy, bitch. Talking about something you read me. Bitch, you couldn't even read the motherfucking SAT scores, bitch. You can't even read the questions on your SAT exams, oh. Read me. You're a sadly mistaken niece. Talking about something that you could pull your fucking hair off and you ain't had to put no wig on. Girl, you should. Boosie. You should put a motherfucking wig on, bitch.
I believe that Tasha she carries her spiritual dick in the form of the bald head. That military cut. That's why she be over there turning Shaq ass every which way but loose with that plastic pipe, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I already told y'all that it's but all women. I don't care whether you a saltine woman, a melanated woman. It be a spirit on a bald-headed ass woman, baby. Especially a bald-headed black woman, bitch. Them motherfucking hoes will fight pterodactyls, dinosaurs, alligators, centipedes, pterodactyls. Them bitches will take down the damn 4 horsemen of the damn apocalypse if need be, bitch. I ain't never seen nobody who got more tenacity than a bald-headed black woman, baby. It is a big spirit of divine masculinity, baby, on that bald-headedness, girl. There's something about it.
Talking about something I big called you to ask you to, bitch, I ain't never had to call you to ask you to get no fucking phone number, Nikki phone number. Bitch, when Nikki was communicating with me, every time she had a new number, bitch, she hit me. If we don't never talk on the phone no more, if we don't never talk or text, it's already done. It's already done, bitch. Call your homegirl and tell your homegirl to help you out, because bitch, you need help.
Whoop.
Help you out.
Whoop.
Tell her to go down there and get that house.
Whoop.
Tell her to
Isn't that ironic that both Barbie and Tasha, one lost their house and has to pay it as a ransom, and the other almost lost their damn house to that damn judgment, that $500,000 judgment from that man she had that 2-time convicted felon beat the hell out of over there. And Amsterdam over there. Yeah, I remember when Cocaine Barbie had got put in the back of the paddy wagon, bitch, for having allegedly a drug, a paraphernalia girl, all in her Birkin. And they closed the paddy wagon doors on that bitch while she was loud, live, and in the motherfucking color. And I whoop. One had them lost their house, and one saved their damn house from being lost right before the clock struck 12. My God, today.
Report your children back from motherfucking goddamn Yugoslavia, bitch. The fuck is you talking about? Talking about a phone number, bitch. Any celebrity's phone numbers in my phone, bitch. We get money together. We get money.
Money on.
Now I don't give them money. We get money together. Ho.
Period. That's what they thought this was.
Babe, can you say no to the...
No, I don't want it, Mom.
Sure.
Anyway, Kelly, you make sure you clip that piece out, because that's what I'm putting on YouTube. So
Okay, girl. I'm gonna post this in the motherfucking chat, girl. If y'all ain't heard it, girl, Maddie was up there, girl, for 38 whole minutes, child. I just dropped the girl. Shout out to TS Madison. I guess we're gonna shout out Consciouztv for the content too, child. I don't think we're gonna be hearing nothing from Consciouztv no time soon, child. Cause what can she say? What can she say, baby? Why she got GoFundMe's and Vimo and Cash App and Apple Pay and PayPal and all these damn means, girl, to gather the coinage up. Why she just won't ask her good girlfriend who she got doing all this free PR from? For the 4.1, for the 4.2, girl, do it for the Vine, do it for the culture. Okay, yes. Y'all take a look at the channel in a bit. I will be uploading the hearing for your viewing pleasure. And make sure you look under the video tab, okay? There's a live tab and there is a video tab on Miss YouTuberations. Honey, I got to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the Loud Live and in color commentary. We do have to come back and get into Barbie's MAGA interview, child. We got to get into some Milagro scams. We got to get into some we got to get into some Scam and Eat Morgan, girl. We got a lot going on today, child. So we'll be loving the color later. You guys run the likes all the way up. Show the king some love with a subscription, with some sharing, with some likes. If you enjoyed yourself, you can always donate to the platform at Cash App $Consciouztv and or PayPal.me/Consciouztv. All social media handles are in the description box below. That's Consciouz with the Z on the end across all social medias. I love you guys long time, and tell me what you think below.